beautiful people. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. So I'm starting my new collaborative series, and today I have my great friend Jenni Larson. We've been friends for how long? 13 years?
At least.
Since 2005?
Do we want to give away how old we are?
No, but we will say a long-ass time.
Yes, sounds about right.
So if you have already subscribed to my channel and my journey, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to book a session, you can do so at the link below. So today we are talking about the importance of self-care and therapy. So I think that self-care and therapy is so important in our day and age, just in general. I think for us to keep our sanity and to keep healthy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I completely agree. I think self-care is something that's often overlooked, and it's going to be unique for every person, so it's easy to overlook it because there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Totally. Yeah. And self-care is something you can incorporate every day. Some things that I do is I do yoga, I meditate, I also see a massage therapist. There's many forms of therapy. It's not just seeing a therapist. My masseuse can be my therapist. My good friend can be my therapist. You know, I can go to an intuitive, I can go to a counselor, I can go to a therapist. There's so many things you can do for therapy. But I think it's important to, see someone else's perspective, and sometimes who doesn't have a biased opinion. It's helpful to get that unbiased opinion.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, because your friends and family can mean well, but they're always going to have an emotional investment because they're usually involved in what you're talking about. Right. So having a neutral party is really important because it gives you a new point of view that isn't based in their own personal preference.
Right. We all have so many layers that can be healed and uncovered. So, the more self-care you do, the more therapy you do, it's just peeling back the layers. And I think it's a lifelong process, right? We're never completely 100% healed, completely 100% healthy. It's a journey, right? So what are some things that you do for therapy and self-care?
Are you able to edit this all? I'm dying of Charlie's laugh.
We have a dog in the background, Jenni's beloved Charlie.
Yes.
So he's saying hello to all you guys out there.
He might keep saying hello. He's very vocal.
Yeah.
What do I do for self-care? So for me personally, I travel a lot for work. I travel actually like every week by air and to other states. So downtime is really important to me because you sort of need that space to process your life because you live it at a different speed than the normal office job from 9 to 5, or if you're freelance and you can build your own schedule, you don't really have control over your space that way. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's a lot about ritual and setting boundaries and having balance. So no matter where I am in the world, I have a set of actions or things I can do that will bring me back to center. So when I first started on my self-care journey, it was as simple as making sure that I go to bed at a normal time, no matter where I am in the world, no matter what time zone I'm in. I just stick to that same time every night, so that even if I'm getting up earlier or later the next day, I still have control over being prepared with the amount of sleep I have. And then food choices have been really important for me, so that seems kind of silly. We might take that for granted because we can eat whatever we want whenever we want to, but when you travel, your body goes through a lot of changes. So making sure that you're hydrated, making sure that you're taking in antioxidants, making sure that you're eating food that fuels you, and using that expression that you eat to live, not live to eat. Mm-hmm. So not letting food be therapy, because that's a really slippery slope, especially when you're going through tons of changes with time zones and air travel and the whole deal. So those are two major ones. it sounds so simple, right? Like stay hydrated, eat well, get sleep, but we take it for granted, and it's really important. And then when I have a little bit more time, I have the ritual of either soaking in a bath, which I actually don't have access to a bathtub because my home is getting remodeled.
Yes.
So I use a foot bath, or I'll go and get a pedicure, and that's my little moment of zen.
Okay.
It's like a treat for myself. Spending time with my dog, getting outside with him, making sure he's cared for is actually self-care as well, because it keeps me on a routine.
Yeah.
And making sure that I'm happy with my choices. That's another one that seems really simple.
Okay.
But, you know, when you make an action, when you choose to bring something into your life, or you choose to add something into your routine, you have to think about if it brings you joy. That's like a common thought now, because a lot of people are into Marie Kondo and organization and whatnot. But I actually found it really profound, like when I'm buying something or getting rid of something or signing up for an activity or saying yes to going and hanging out with a friend. It's like, does this make me feel good? Am I going to feel better or worse when I do it? Like, where is it? Yeah. Is it bringing me closer to where I want to be in my world by taking that action? So just having that awareness and giving yourself the space to really question it has been super helpful. And then the rest of it just sort of falls into place because you're making those choices, and you're making those choices with confidence.
Yeah.
This is coming from your own perspective, and your own, really what's in your heart. So, yeah.
And I think part of self-care is setting strong boundaries and knowing when to say no. Because in our world, we're programmed to say yes to everything and to give ourselves, you know, way over the boundary of what's healthy. So, you know, part of self-care and part of being healthy is setting the strong boundaries. It's learning how to say no and saying no often if need be. But, you know, self-care can be going to your chiropractor, and you may think, oh, this is extraneous stuff that I'm spending money on. But no, this is keeping you healthy and keeping you aware of what's going on in your body. So bottom line, what I want to inspire you guys is, how I want to inspire you is that self-care is pivotal to all of our lives and to all of our health and sanity. And it's okay to go to someone else to get help. You know, especially if you're going through a hard time, you're going through a transition, you're going through a transformation, you're going through a lot of changes. It's almost pivotal to go get help from someone outside yourself or someone outside your group, right? Because they have, like Jenni said, an emotional bias in there, so they're going to kind of tell you what sort of you want to hear, but if you go to someone else, they can give you perhaps a different perspective. So it's so important for us to take time for ourselves, to spend time alone, and to set strong boundaries with everyone in our life, really. So that's kind of the takeaway that I want you guys to get from this video. What else should we say about, you know, like, because I said it's a lifelong journey, this peeling back the layers. Okay, let me heal traumas from my childhood. Okay, I could go to this person, I could go to this person. And if you live in Orlando, I got a Rolodex of everyone you could ever want to talk about anything. Let me know, hit me up, and I will tell you anyone that you need for whatever purpose. So, anything else you'd like to add about self-care and therapy, Jenni?
Yeah, I guess just that, like, the inverse of it can be true as well. So sometimes it's about having too many people give you your opinions.
True, and you get confused.
Yes. Other times you just don't have anyone to go to.
Right.
So the key is really making sure that it resonates for you where you're at, and that you feel comfortable that it's going to move you forward in the direction you want to be in. So that's where the boundaries are so important, because it's going to be different for everybody. Self-care is not one size fits all. It really does need to be tailored to you. That's why it's care of self. It's literally your self-care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely. So, I think that sums it up. Please let us know what you guys do for self-care, what you guys do for therapy. We would love to hear it. We'd love to interact with you guys. So please leave comments below. Tell us what your favorite self-care and therapy regimens are. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Okay, bye.